So the action that the government took is actually in sync and in compliance with the principles of respect of the rule of law. Questions have been raised regarding valuation, timing, and the strategic significance of the asset. These are live issues before the High Court and will be resolved through the constitutional process. Until then, it would be inappropriate for any party to present contested assertions or expert opinion as settled. The transaction was undertaken pursuant to Section 87A of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012, following National Assembly approval and public participation conducted in line with Articles 10 and 118 of the Constitution. As a matter of fact, I personally took initiative to conduct extensive public participation even before Parliament undertook the same. I almost went to the former provinces of this republic and engaged in extensive consultation. I remember in this region, I went to Migori County and held public engagement. I later went to Kakamega for the wider Western region and then proceeded to Nakuru for the Rift Valley region and Eldoret for the North, Nakuru for the South. I later conducted extensive engagement in Kiambu for the Kiambu County, for the Central region, and went to Meru to conduct the same exercise. And I was in Kilifi for the coastal region. The only region that I did not visit is the wider Northern Kenya region, which I was supposed to go to Garissa, but was caught up with the time constraint. The National Assembly equally conducted through the relevant committees. Actually, it was a joint committee of the National Assembly, and they conducted extensive engagement with the public. This is an exercise that was done meticulously and within the law, respecting the provisions of Article 10 and Article 118 of the Constitution. The government is confident it was conducted within the applicable legal, regulatory, and governance framework. We welcome the opportunity for these matters to be conclusively determined by the courts. The question I want to ask Kalonzo, J.B. Muturu, and the rest who are contesting this divestiture: where have you conducted public research? I did on behalf of government. You sit in your houses, converse maybe with your children, and you come out and say this is not good for Kenya. I think as you call for governance in the government, we must also call for proper governance and good governance among the opposition. The fact that you are in the opposition does not give you the latitude and express authority to be speaking without consulting them. I have not seen any public engagement anywhere conducted by Kalonzo Musyoka and the rest to determine whether Kenyans would want divestiture of shares in Safaricom to put into a national infrastructure fund to be able to do our public infrastructure projects. They just make conclusions on their own and decide that that's what Kenyans want. I think that is responsible. So constitutional litigation and economic governance are not mutually exclusive. Courts have consistently held that public interest is multifaceted, encompassing fiscal stability, prudent management of public resources, investor confidence, and the government's constitutional duty to safeguard the country's economic welfare. The government's conduct throughout has been guided by these obligations, alongside full respect for constitutional oversight and judicial review.